Quit your job, fire your boss, start your own business. When exactly should you quit your job? Is it a good idea to quit your job? Now, my whole life, I've only had one job in my entire life, working at a supermarket for 1 year. One day I walked into the supermarket, my manager was yelling at me, calling me names, and I got so fed up with it. I said, hey, fuck you. And I walked out. I went home and my mom saw me and she asked me, oh, how come you got off work early? What happened? I said, no, I quit. I don't want to work anymore. It is stupid. It's a waste of time. And my mom was so concerned and so worried. Back then I was making just minimum wage with that job. Now, do I recommend that you do this? You walk into your manager's office, your boss office and say, hey, I quit. I'm going to now start a business. I'm going to do something else. No, because I put my mom through hell. I put myself through hell. Looking back, would I have done that? I'm not so sure. Now, I burned a ship. I got that. But what I realize is most people are not quite ready for that, or they don't have that tenacity to make it happen just quite yet. So if you're thinking about quitting, if you don't like what you do, and you're frustrated with the people you work with, or you don't like your job, you're not passionate about it, what you need to do is you need to have some kind of a skill set first. What I call high income skill. You need to have a high income skill that produces income for you before you quit. Wouldn't be a smart idea, because when you quit today, let me ask you this: how are you going to pay your bills? How are you going to get income coming in? How do you know the new thing that you're doing is going to work? How do you know? You don't know. So a much smarter way to approach this is to develop your skill first. So when you have a skill that you are selling, you're offering to the marketplace, and you're actually getting paid, you're making money. And I believe the best way to do this is when your high income skill makes you twice as much money compared to your current job that you have right now, that's when you can quit. Then you can do this full time. Just like my students who are closing, I tell them the same thing. Let's say your current income is $3,000 a month right now. Well, let's just make sure that your high income skill is generating at least $5,000, $6,000 a month. Now, when you quit, you're not so worried, you're not panicking. You've got income coming in. You know the new skill that you have, it's working for you, and it's already working for you even when you're doing it on a part-time basis. So ask yourself, now what happens when you can quit your job and free up that time and devote your time to this full-time, this new skill set full-time, this new gig full-time? What is going to happen? How much more could you make? How much faster could you grow? So don't just quit your job and say, listen to other people, oh, I should just quit my job. Then now what? Right? How do you know that you're going to find a better job? How do you know that new business would work? How do you know that new skill would work? You got to have a little bit of base. Because what happens is when you quit your job, panic kicks in. For most people, they're living paycheck to paycheck. Now they have days to make the thing work. And when you're that desperate, when you're that needy, chances are that thing won't work. Because then you're making decisions based on emotions and not logic. That's when you make mistakes, and then you further dig yourself in a hole. Then you start getting the debt. I don't want that to happen to you. This is me speaking from mentor to you. Make sure your new income skill is solid as heck, solid as like a rock, and it's consistent. Give yourself a few solid months. I'm not saying you have to wait forever, but give yourself a little bit of time to build that foundation. That's the key. So do not just go out there and quit your job. It's not a smart thing to do. It's not a sensible thing to do. You have to think about your family. You got to think about yourself. You got to think about maybe your spouse, your boyfriend, your girlfriend. Think for them. I know you want to do it, but just give yourself a few months. Prove to yourself that you could actually do this. If you want to develop the high income skills that I am talking about, if you want to know how I've helped hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of my students quit their jobs intelligently by developing the high income skills, click the link and watch our free masterclass, and you'll see so many success stories that we have. We now have students in over 150 countries. It works. My system and my methodology works if you work it. If you want it, click the link below and see what we have in store for you.